Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, I'm very happy to be here. Thank you very much for the invitation and the opportunity to speak to you. The title of my lecture is Programs of the Living World. The origin of the living world is one of the weightiest questions of humanity, as the conceptions we have of the beginnings powerfully influence our ideas about the nature and purpose of life and of ethics. Therefore, it is no wonder that in modern societies of diverse creeds, a number of markedly different philosophical, scientific, and religious ideas cohabit and compete in the public arena. What gives a timeliness and significance to the topic is that 2009 will see a double Darwin anniversary. The British naturalist was born 200 years ago, and his The Origin of Species was published 150 years ago. The scientific establishment is making arrangements to increase the number of its Darwin Day events, where it can defend and promote the evolutionary theory, while opponents are presenting their views through publications and in forums. Biology is one of today's most rapidly growing disciplines, which is divided into numerous sub-disciplines. The more information we gather of the structure and function of living organisms, the more debate areas are to be covered by pro- and anti-evolutionists. In the wide-ranging controversy, scientists supporting the evolutionary theory are opposed not only by religious creationists, but also by the proponents of intelligent design, an alternative scientific school of thought. An analysis of these topic areas indicates that the standard examples cited in textbooks to support the evolutionary theory are not at all conclusive and are sometimes a source of problems themselves for the Darwinian approach. In origin disputes, the mental abilities and instincts of living beings are given farthest focus. Certainly, cognitive skills are more difficult to observe and study than the physical bodies of living beings. However, a closer look at the mental activities, and especially the innate instincts of animals, may provide a clue to the origin of life forms. Apparently, it is not at all surprising that ants behave like ants, birds behave like birds, and mammals behave like mammals. They execute most of their eating, defending, and mating activities in a predetermined, instinctive way. But how do the animals know when and how they should do what they do? Where does nature's IQ come from? What is the cause of the practical bodily structure of living beings and the intelligent behavior going along with it? Different animal species and groups are also equipped with specific problem-solving abilities. However, most of these work not in a conscious, but in an automatic, hereditary way. Where does this encoded intelligence come from? Can the currently widespread view really be true that the mass of inert matter lacking consciousness somehow acquired intelligence over the course of an immensely long time? Does nature possess innate intelligence? Or does our world reflect in many different ways supernatural, external intelligence that applied its own infinitely ingenious solutions in creating the living world? How can science be any help to us in answering these questions? It is widely known that Darwin himself did not deal with the origin of life at all. he devoted a chapter to instincts, but he declared, "I have nothing to do with the origin of the mental powers, any more than I have with that of life itself." He also admitted that an explanation of behavior forms posed a great challenge to his ideas. Many instincts are so wonderful that their development will probably appear to the reader a difficulty sufficient to overthrow my whole theory. He gave only a very general answer. Instincts came into existence somehow or other by natural selection. But he did not give detailed answers to how the specific behavior patterns appeared. Sometimes contemporary evolutionists themselves admit that even today, valuable, logically consistent, detailed explanations of the beginnings of instinctive animal action are practically non-existent. In his book, evolutionist Gordon R. Taylor, former chief science advisor for BBC television, claims about the unresolved origin of instinct. When we ask ourselves how an instinctive pattern of behavior arose in the first place and became hereditarily fixed, we are given no answer. So it seems that the issue of the origin of instinct was left unclarified, not only for a century after Darwin's death, but well into our modern era, when scientists are still searching for a clue. Ethology, the study of the behavior of living beings, is a rapidly growing, highly productive and popular field of science. During the past few decades, talented researchers have established a detailed information database about the features of different animal behaviors. While we have numerous books and articles describing behavior forms, we have much fewer texts available that delve into the origin of neurological and psychological patterns controlling behaviors. Due to the dominance of the evolutionary paradigm, heavy use of evolutionary terms and an automatic choice of Darwinian explanations characterize the literature of ethology as well as other branches of life sciences. Upon encountering the typical evolutionist phrasing, one is inclined to think, probably as a result of its verbal wizardry, that the problem of the origin of behavior forms has been effectively solved. In actuality, however, what such superficially used terms as has changed, has evolved, and has accumulated indicate is not an underlying wealth of detailed explanations, but a lack of thought, and, often suppressed, a deep sense of perplexity. In the typical Darwinian reading, animal behaviors developed from simple behavior forms. Usually, it is not mentioned that this is only one possible explanation, and the data do not lend themselves exclusively to the evolutionary interpretation. Moreover, these conceptions suffer from serious deficiencies in many cases. In fact, it appears that in many particular complex cases, this general progression-based concept is simply unapplicable. My colleague, bioengineer Balázs Hornyansky, and I thought that this mystery deserves a more thorough, larger-scale analysis in the format of a book. In 2002, we wrote and published a Hungarian book titled Nature's IQ. In our book, there are more than 100 strange, unexplained phenomena from the animal kingdom with 200 color pictures. In the book, we strongly question the superficial evolutionist explanation of instinctive behavior patterns. The Hungarian audience and media received the book with great interest. Of course, evolutionists did not agree with the content of the book.